Hey, what's up guys? My name is Dan Coconati and today we're going to be taking a look at different types of guitar strumming techniques. I am going to actually take a look at just how to hold a pick as well briefly in this lesson. So this is really for the beginner, on somebody who's just picking up the guitar and the instrument and looking how to, kind of get that right hand moving and figure out how to keep the rhythm going with the chords, right? So any beginner, this is for you. And this was actually a request done by one of our viewers here who left a comment. So if you guys have any other song requests or lessons, make sure to comment. I do read these. So I will do my best to get around to teaching any lessons that you guys might want. So that being said, we're gonna take a look real quick at how to hold the pick. So I actually have a very bad habit of how I do hold the pick myself. So the technical way that you should be holding the guitar pick is you're kind of cupping the hand in a sense like this, and then your thumb should be resting over the top. So hopefully we can get that a little bit closer. So that just really leaves it for a nice sturdy hold. And when you're doing your strumming, you're gonna be angling the pick. So when I say angling the pick, that means you should be going down gracefully on your strings, right? Because if you keep it somewhat just, at a straight angle down, you're gonna get a really rough pick as opposed to, so you kind of want to glide the pick at an angle down, and then when you come up, you're gonna kink the wrist. So it's kind of a little wrist technique that you gotta do when you're picking, or strumming, I should say. But again, when you're going down, angle that pick just slightly down, and then turn the wrist, right? And then you're gonna go up like that, all right? So that's just kind of good pick technique. And again, when you're holding it, you really wanna have that good grip on the pick here, because if you don't, unfortunately, you can, let it slip or something like that if you're picking and it just flies out of your hand. Like I said, I do have a bad habit myself. I don't always hold the pick like this. I've kind of noticed myself playing these past 2 days when I saw this request come through that I actually will switch up my picking slightly. Sometimes I'll kind of grab it like this when I'm actually playing, which is probably an incorrect way of holding it, because again, when I do switch that grip, I will notice that I have, in the past, accidentally, let it slip out. So again, the true way is you do want to be holding it, at a solid grip, just like this. So again, you're kind of just kinking that, the pointer finger in a sense like this, and then placing your thumb on top, and then the pick is very well grasped. So that's a little quick tutorial on how to hold the pick for your strumming. But all right, we're gonna just transition into strumming and quick little strumming pattern that you can probably just do for yourself. So first, we're just gonna literally look at, just forget this hand, okay? Because a lot of beginners I know, especially when I first started, was, you're so focused on where does this hand have to go, right? What fret am I touching, right? What is this doing, okay? But when you're first learning out, really the best method I can recommend is just don't even think about this. Focus on the rhythm, because maybe you're a bad transitioner on chords. I'm not even perfect myself, right? So sometimes if you just can keep the rhythm going, it's okay to be slower at maybe a chord transition if you're going from something like that, and then maybe you're a slow transitioner, but your rhythm hand's good, right? So, or, like I said, slow transitioner would be, but if you get that strumming down to be, or maybe you're focusing, right, and then you get it. But as long as your strumming hand and rhythm is clean, this hand I'm trying to get at is not as important. As long as the rhythm keeps going. If you're in a band, that's all that they care about, is that tempo. So again, let's not focus on this left hand. We're gonna be just focusing on the right hand for the strum. So, I'm trying to think of, maybe we just mute everything. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna mute these strings just so we can focus on the right hand or the strumming. So, again, we kind of learned how to do the appropriate way to hold the pick there. So with that in mind, we're gonna do a basic strumming pattern. So I'll throw it up on the screen here, but it's gonna be down, 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 up, okay? So it's gonna be, okay? So I'll slow that down too here. Oh, see, made a mistake. Okay, so all that is, again, so down, when I'm saying down, 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 up, excuse me, that's, when I say down, you are literally going to be stroking this down, so strumming down, right? And you're going to do down, 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 up, and then try to just keep it going. Okay, and once you kind of get that progression down, you can speed it up, right? Okay, and then, once you can really get that, just that basic strumming pattern down, there's whatever strumming patterns you want to do, there's so many out there. But then, once you get that progression, again, do it with me. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. But, all right, once we get that in, now you can start thinking about what is my left hand doing, or maybe actually I shouldn't be saying left hand, right? Maybe we have a left-handed guitarist here, right? Maybe it's opposite if you're this side. But all right, then you can focus on the actual strumming hand. Let's just keep this universal if there are lefties watching. But once you get that strumming down, then let's take a look at maybe adding in a chord, right? So a very easy transition that you can at least just focus on as a beginner is just doing an E minor chord and then trying to get to an A. Okay, now why do I say that that's probably one of the easier transitions to do for a beginner? Well, it's because they're so close in the chord shape, right? An E minor, that's just an open, and then a second fret, and then a second fret. Okay, and then an A is literally, you're just moving that exact shape up. So now it's just open on the A, second, second, second. Okay, so you're literally just moving that. So let's try to add in that E minor and that A chord to our down, 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 up strumming pattern. And again, I would really just focus in on that strumming first, and then once you kind of get that, then you can add in these and try to focus in on the chord transitions. Now, again, I would recommend starting with something really easy to transition from. Like I said, the E minor to the A is, there's almost no movement. So for somebody who's just starting out, this is a great way to really try to get both hands in sync. So let's try that out, going from an E minor to an A, and continue our down, 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 up strumming, right? Okay, or if you want, you could even stretch out a little bit, longer. Maybe you want just an extra measure to practice on one side and then do the transition. So for those wanting a little bit extra time, let's do it for 2 measures, right? 1, 2, transition. And like I said, I have a bad habit of holding my pick like this, so if you did notice, I actually transitioned to the bad method. Again, I'm a one-off, and you really should be gripping it solidly again, like this. Right, because again, you want to hold that pick in tight, because, God forbid it just slips out on you. That's not cool, because then you're going to be at a point of, maybe you're at a gig, and if the pick does slip out, you're going to need an extra pick. So sometimes they'll keep it on the mic stand for you. Back in the day in my band, that was a convenience, because there were a few times where the pick just out of my hand, and that is not a fun time, especially when you're in the middle of some, you know, maybe it's like I said, oh, that's just embarrassing. Then you're awkwardly kind of just trying to keep going here and then grabbing the pick here. So, all right, that being said, I'm trying to think of any other potential techniques that might help you out here. So, I mean, we talked about the picking, the angling of your wrists and whatnot, the grip of the pick, and our strumming pattern to just make sure you continue that rhythm. And that's probably the biggest tip that I always thought for a beginner is to really focus in on the rhythm, okay? Because if you can keep going with your strum, right? If you happen to make a mistake on this hand, but you got that rhythm going, it's still gonna sound at least somewhat clean because you're still playing along to the music. A lot of beginners will tend to, you know, stop strumming and they'll, you know, they'll play it and then they'll try and figure out where that next shape is up here. But honestly, then you're pausing, you're kind of ruining the flow of music and whatnot, as opposed to if you were to keep your rhythm hand going and then try to connect the dots while you're doing that transition, it's gonna sound just cleaner, right? So really, you wanna keep your rhythm hand with that strumming. That's gotta be consistent in music, honestly. Like, you could always make a mistake on this hand and it's less noticeable, I would say, as long as the rhythm continues and the music's not just all of a sudden like taking a break or a pause, right? Because it's gonna sound really strange if you're strumming and then you're, you know, but again, if you're keeping that going, it won't matter as much if you make a mistake here, right? So that's kind of my tips here for you on this. The only other thing I could really probably think of is, you know, if you want, we could even do like a different lesson for this, but this is a bad example. When I was learning originally, I was taught classically, so that's kind of usually why I do hold my guitar with a 3-point contact, and you know, I got footrest here as well. So I think on an electric guitar, it's a little bit different than an acoustic, because typically your 3 points of contact would be right here on your leg, right? 1 point of contact, 2 in the chest, and then 3 is right here on the forearm. That's your 3 points of contact for strumming. And again, for a classical musician, it's always like this angled side as well. It just provides greater reach and whatnot. And a fun fact about classical guitar is, at least my teacher always taught me to not show this thumb over, but as an electrical guitarist, I don't see how you can't kind of show that thumb. But that's how I was taught. Again, 3 points contact, I do believe that that is a truly good thing to know because it kind of locks your guitar in. You'll see me teach other lessons kind of at the side here. That's mainly for your viewership because I'll kind of angle my camera down. But typical 3 point of contact, this is, you know, because you don't want to have too much stress or tension in really any of the joints. It should be a comfortable position for you. It should be edge of the seat, right? Get that knee elevated. First point of contact, second point of contact, and third point, guitar should be locked in. It should be tight, right? So it's not slipping. And then this also helps provide for that strumming a much graceful, or much more graceful, I should say, you know, way of strumming. Because like sometimes you'll see, you know, a beginner kind of like this with their arm over or whatnot, and you know, it's not going to happen. So if you got it up here, really, you're just kind of resting your forearm on that back of the guitar and trying to kind of angle it. And you know, with an electrical guitar, it shouldn't be like any motion because again, it's a lot smaller than an acoustic. Acoustic's going to be a lot bigger, so you might actually have to get a little bit more arm motion going. But you shouldn't be moving your whole arm, is what I'm trying to get at when you're playing this. When you got the 3 points contact, you should have your wrist being able to do anything strumming wise, right? Like you'll notice that this is kind of just chilling, right? And again, with this forearm, you got your guitar locked in, so it's not, you're not getting all this motion up here as well. But again, yeah, the forearm really should be kind of locked in on that back of the guitar, and your strumming should kind of be more of a wrist action, if anything, right? Because you shouldn't be moving your whole arm. It's not a, you're not going to the gym here and trying to, get on an elliptical machine and start rowing. That's probably a terrible example, but you get what I'm saying. It should be very small, intricate motion down here, really, looking at your wrist. You can kind of move, the forearm slightly, but it shouldn't be a huge motion. So that's just kind of my backup tip. Once you get that down, 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 up, I would also take a look at, making sure you got the pick held appropriately, because you don't want to drop your pick, right? 3 points of contact. That is a classical guitar technique tip. It's not, you can, if you're playing like this, obviously it's going to be a little bit different, but even you'll notice if I do teach a lesson and I'm playing it like this, where I got my guitar locked in here and I'm not doing a 3-point contact, I still, like I said, with that forearm, it's resting up here because I'm not trying to get a whole workout in with my arm. It's just, easy strum. Should just be slight motion, but that's just a little tip, for the strumming. But best thing I can recommend is trying that down, 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 up, and really just focus in on your rhythm strumming at first. Then try to add in maybe those basic transitional chords, E minor to an A. Right? And then also just, make sure that you got your forearm kind of locked there and try to just focus in on really strumming in a more, graceful manner. You shouldn't be using your whole arm, okay? Is what I'm getting at. Should be easy motion. Again, that forearm should kind of be locked in on the top, and then you should be able to easily just glide, the wrist and, maybe just a little forearm action, but it shouldn't be a ton of motion down here. So that's all I got for you guys today on guitar strumming. Hopefully this, did help you out. If I think of any other tips and tricks, for you, I can do, another one of these lessons if you guys like these, basic beginner guides, and, for first time player or whatnot. We'll take a look at stuff like this, in the future. So that being said, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and be ready for more future guitar videos. Thanks.